Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know now, Indonesia, our beloved country, is still one of the developing countries in the world. And one of our problems is the high unemployment rate. The Central Statistic Agency recorded that in August 2021, the number of unemployment is 9.1 million people. This number increased from the initial of 8.7 million people in February 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think that makes this unemployment at such a high rate? Yep, it is the imbalance between the employment and the number of workers that increases every year. The tight competition between the fresh graduates and the experienced ones create this imbalance condition, ladies and gentlemen. From this case, therefore, we cannot just rely on the availability of jobs, but we must also be able to create jobs, namely entrepreneurship. Now this entrepreneurship must be included in the education or students' lesson in school so that the entrepreneurial spirit is embedded in them from an early age. And one of the school levels that should emphasize this entrepreneurship education is vocational high school, where the students are taught about entrepreneurship and also skills for the world of work later. So, how important is the role of entrepreneurship education in vocational high school? Ladies and gentlemen, before we go further to the topic, I would like to introduce myself. Today, the honorable judges and all of my respected viewers, my name is Farrelino Arvia Atmajaya, and today I'm standing right here to talk about the importance of entrepreneurship education that should be emphasized more. In principle, entrepreneurship is the characteristic, the character, or the nature of a person who has the will and ability to realize innovative ideas in the real world creatively and productively. In other words, entrepreneurship is the creativity and innovation of vocational high school graduates to generate added value for themselves and bring benefits for others. Talking about someone's potential, talking about someone's entrepreneurial potential, apart from being present in each individual, it can also be formed through integrated learning between theory and practice through training or apprenticeships. Then, why is this entrepreneurship education need to be more emphasized, ladies and gentlemen? Let's start with the first reason, which starts from the government. In Government Regulation number 19 of 2005 concerning about national education standards, implicitly stated that the vocational high school graduates are targeted to meet the competency standards that reflects their abilities, their skills, their knowledge, and also their attitudes. Therefore, the learning process in vocational high school is carried out in an active, interactive, challenging, fun, and independent manner in accordance with a self-potential, physical development, as well as student psychologies. These competency standards will support the essence of entrepreneurship, ladies and gentlemen. The second reason is that the empirical facts show that most of the vocational high school graduates are not in accordance with the need or demands of the industry or the market. There are still a lot of students who graduates tend to be a job seeker and not many are able to work independently. But in fact, ladies and gentlemen, the vocational high school graduates are still in terms of low entrepreneurial mindset. But on the other hand, the vocational high school graduates are potential to be an entrepreneur. For example, my department itself, SIJA, where this department learns about informatics, applications, and also entrepreneurship as well. So that later we are expected to be able to work in certain companies or work independently without depending on others, and also open up more job opportunities for people with similar informatics skills. For example, to be a designer, to be a programmer, or maybe a web developer who can stand on their own feet. Thus, the management of the learning process is more directed at the integration between theory and practice of vocational skills that refers to the mid-level job requirements required by the world of work. And the last reason why is that this entrepreneurship education is very important and need to be emphasized because that this education will shape the traits that we will need in the future. What are those traits, ladies and gentlemen? They are honesty, high commitment, discipline, and then creative, innovative, and the last one, realistic. The honorable audience, besides those reasons and benefits, there are also some problems or obstacles in the implementation of vocational high schools and entrepreneurship education. It is the minimum availability of facilities and infrastructure and the lack of collaboration or cooperation among the schools, the industrial world, and the business world. The discrepancy between what is produced by the educational institution and the needs of the labor market is also a serious concern for the Ministry of Education and Culture. So, in order to improve the quality of vocational high school graduates, the Ministry of Education and Culture will increase or improve the quality of industrial simulation in each vocational high school. This industrial simulation is intended so that later the students will gain more knowledge about the work culture, real condition in the industry, and also mastery of technology. And is there any other way to handle this kind of problem, whereas this education is need to be more emphasized? Of course, yes. In developing the vocational high school and entrepreneurship education, several policies have been formulated as follows. First, review and revise the vocational high school curriculum so that it is more oriented to the formation of creativity and entrepreneurship. Second, improve the quality of vocational high school that support the creation of creativity and entrepreneurship in students. Third, creating pathway to exchange information and knowledge about the creative economy among the educational providers. Fourth, increasing the number and improving the quality of vocational high school that support the creation of creative people in the development of creative economy. Fifth, creating connectedness and integration among the vocational high school graduates related to the needs of the development of creative economy. And then the next one, encourage successful entrepreneurs to share their experiences and expertise in vocational high school in the development of the creative economy. And then the last one, facilitating the network development and encouraging collaboration among the Indonesian creative people at home and abroad. On the basis of these policies, the implementation of vocational high school is a necessity to collaborate with the community, especially the world of business and the world of industries, in a programmatic manner that can create an atmosphere of mutual symbiosis, mutual understanding, and also mutual benefit. So ladies and gentlemen, from all of my explanation, I hope you guys realize how important is the role of entrepreneurship education in vocational high schools and support the development of this education. And even if you are not a student of vocational high schools or maybe not an alumni either, you still could help this kind of education with supporting the student with any form of help. For example, motivating them or give them budget to start their entrepreneurship start from the young, or sharing your experiences about entrepreneurship to encourage or motivate them. I hope you guys enjoying my speech and I hope you will always happy and live a full and happy life. Thank you for your time and attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.